a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
I'm Christina Kahn.
And I'm Leela Hilton.
And this is Burn Before Reading, the podcast about literature.
We're here again to discuss the terrible writing we did when we were younger and touch on some other cringy literary topics.
With us today is our friend Mary-Peyton from Wildling Press. Say hello to the listeners, Mary-Peyton.
What's up, y'all?
Say hello to the viewers.
Oh, hello, viewers.
I know, we are viewed now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
I know.
I feel very cool with this microphone and being in a full podcast setup.
Right?
Yeah.
And shout out to Jeffrey, our newest patron.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, they were already a patron, but they upgraded.
Thank you for
to
upgrading.
the old video tier.
Nice.
So right now, this is for you, Jeff.
I know. Jeff likes the old...
Jeff.
He likes to take a good look at these old pretty faces, I think.
Do you remember? Don't make him feel like a creep. He's gonna.
Sorry, Jeff.
Do you remember? There's that Bob's Burgers Halloween episode, so it's thematically appropriate, where Tina Belcher starts dating a ghost in a box, and his name is Jeff, and the song from that episode just goes. That one's for you, Jeff.
Yeah, that one's for you.
I'll try to find a prettier song with your name in it.
Yeah.
I think that was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mary-Peyton, how the fuck have you been?
I've been great. Thanks so much for asking.
You have not been on in over a year. You came on for last Pride Month as one of the gayest people we know.
So gay.
So gay.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's been a long time since I've been on a podcast in general, even though for a while there I was doing a lot.
I know. Yes. Yeah. It comes and it goes.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it just comes. I come so hard every day. But you were on for our... you actually were on our first ever Patreon episode about Iron Widow.
That's right.
That was the first fucking Patreon episode, and we haven't read a fucking book for that show since. We just keep watching movies. And on the main feed, we talked about Jiren J. Zhao. I always have to kind of think about it. Jiren J. Zhao.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I just do J's for all of them.
Well, it's like very similar sounds too at the beginning of each one, but distinct.
I think I still got the first X wrong. I think it's more like Jiren. Anyway, I didn't practice for this episode.
Yeah. Hey, Jiren J. Zhao, tell us the correct pronunciation and also come on our podcast.
Let's call them Zhao. That will help me a lot.
Okay.
Because we don't need all three names.
Right.
Talked about how they broke some literary drama and also about how the Hugo Awards mysteriously dropped them.
Yes, because they were, I think, being held in China.
Yes.
And
which was a strong political choice.
Yes.
Hugo Awards.
Yeah. That was fun, though. It was fun to talk about. I love that book.
I love that book so much. I've read it 3 times now.
Wow. I'd love to read it again. I loved it too.
It holds up. Now, have either of you read the sequel?
I haven't.
No. I've not read the Squeakquel. Is it good?
I just love the first book so much. No. I really do.
That's not a good.
So much.
That's not a good. Okay.
Yeah, the first book's so good.
Okay, great. That's all we need to know.
It's almost good enough to just be a standalone.
Perfect. In fact, I think it is.
So, Mary-Peyton, would you like to tell the listeners and the viewers about what Wildling's been up to lately?
Yeah, so Wildling, we just had this book come out yesterday. September 30th was release day.
8 days ago as of the release date.
Correct.
Yeah, this is not being live streamed.
Right.
Because what if we're fucking stupid?
Thank God. Yeah, it's a book called We Have Reached the End of Our Show by Ali Gordon, who is just a fantastic writer, comedian, performer, human in general. She's awesome. And she wrote this book. It's only 160 pages, so
doable, guys.
You don't have to commit a lot of time to it. It's a story about life, grief, art, and the kind of love that can outlast the end of the world.
Oh. Aww. And
it's so beautiful.
A little bit of a spoiler alert. The author, Ali Gordon's coming on our show next week. which
Heck yeah.
I am very, very excited about.
That's going to be awesome because she is, like I said, she's a comedian, performer. She teaches improv.
Oh, hell yeah.
So she's just like really wonderful
Improvs
at
are
having
good on pod.
And
conversations.
wait,
Yeah.
Improvisers are good on
they're
pod.
great
Yes.
on pods.
Yeah. That'll be a really good one.
And she also has guested on our friend Mary Clay's podcast. That's what I'm talking about several times as well. I think that's how she learned about Wildling, maybe.
It is, yeah.
Which is so cool. It's really cool to have cool friends who are doing cool stuff.
It's just,
It all
I
connects.
fully, like, life success, I fully believe takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
However, it's like being ready, doing all that work and being ready for those connections that randomly happen.
Yeah.
Life is like so full of those kinds of random things.
And being creative and receptive and like deserving of those connections too.
Yeah.
You know, when they arise. You just have to like live and work the whole time believing that those opportunities will arise.
Yeah.
And then they do. I'm so excited to reread this. I think I'm the one who read it when Wildling first got it. So I read it when it was like unedited. And I remember being like, we could publish this without working on it, but now it's been worked on, so I'm sure it's like way better. So I'm really excited to read it.
Well,
again.
I told her at the beginning too, with like every book that we get that's just like really, really good, that we're still going through an editing process because we get to do the fun stuff, which is like tweaking and like really perfecting and like really making certain scenes resonate and hit harder.
Yeah.
Which is so fun as an editor.
It is by far the most fun part. I sent Elizabeth Christensen, the author of the Blameless series, who I'm going to try to get on the podcast, one of my favorite authors in the world that I've been working with for a long time. I sent her second edit today for her third book in her Blameless trilogy. And I was like, this is so exciting because that means that this next edit, we're both going to be so fucking nitpicky. We're going to be like, I just like this word better here. Or like, I'm not sure if this rings true. You know, like the nittiest grittiest, because all the commas are where they belong now. And you just get to have fun and be like, how can we really elevate this?
That's the best.
It is the best feeling in the world. Awesome. I'm so excited. So excited for Wildling and for Allie and also for me because I get to reread that book.
Yeah. Is this your copy, Tinta?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also have it on Kindle. I'm going to give you one or the other.
I was gonna say I'll take the physical if that's cool. Just I'll give it back.
That's fine.
Well, I don't have a.
I just hate reading on my Kindle. I was going to give you the Kindle.
Well, I don't. Oh, you're gonna give me the Kindle. Okay. All right. I'll figure it out.
No, it's not hard. You've read something on my Kindle before.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I totally lent it to you. Well, then you lied.
Let's take this offline.
Cut to commercial.
All right. Well, Tina, what's been cringing you out this week? Want me to start with our guest?
No,
Okay.
what's cringing me out is it's October and almost all of my best friends' birthdays are in September, October, November. Raise your hand in this room if your birthday falls in that. If it's not October, November, it's February. Raise your hand. Okay. So, and also like everybody loves fall so much. And this is always just like a crazy fucking busy time of year.
Yeah.
I think for everyone.
People want to do shit like every day, every weekend.
And like I do too. I don't want to
Yeah.
say no to anything. I fucking love Halloween so much. I love this weather. Like I just say yes to everything so enthused. And I don't want to like miss anyone's birthday, and it's so hard because like the week after Halloween there's like 5 fucking birthdays and we just have to stack them,
yeah.
but everyone wants their own individual celebration, and I'm like,
Of course.
I have too many friends for this. So I just am at that point right now where my calendar is just like fucking booked solid for weeks and weeks, and I'm going into my calendar and finding like one night a week where I don't have plans, and I'm putting in my calendar, do not make plans,
That's smart.
so that I don't lose my fucking mind. Also, so I can see my boyfriend.
I think this is deja vu to me, and I think this is something maybe that you have to do every single fall.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also in February, like it happens in February too.
The worst time of the year.
I mean, hey, if I'm gonna be depressed,
February,
I might
not
as well
fall.
be with friends. No,
for
this
real.
totally happens to me every year.
Yeah.
But fucking whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
It's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem.
Yes, exactly. I would much rather feel this than not have anything to do ever.
Yeah.
That would make me want to die.
Yeah, having no plans with like beautiful fall weather
Oh my God.
is very sad,
Yeah.
but also sometimes fun.
Yeah, give me like one day a week,
Yeah.
yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Please.
I need
For
a
sure.
couple more than that, but yeah.
Mary-Peyton, what's been cringing you out lately?
Well, I have a sad one from today. Did you guys hear the news today about Jane Goodall?
Jane Goodall.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to check my level because I screamed. Jane Goodall has passed.
She passed away today.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, and I thought about not bringing that up because it's not really cringy. It's actually really sad.
That's okay. Our definition of cringe could not be looser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But I felt like we needed a moment to honor. Yeah, 91.
Wow.
What a
She lived a
woman.
long, good, very cool life.
Yeah. What a woman. For real.
Ugh, just the best.
Damn.
I know.
Fuck.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Leela, what's cringing you out, Lily? Don't cry.
So I guess what's been cringing me out is I have been, this was not cringing me out. This is a preface. All my cringes have prefaces. You know this now.
It's always a story, beginning, middle, and end.
Yep. And a lot of in between stuff. So
That's the middle.
is it? I guess you're right.
The middle has a middle, okay?
It just takes some time, little
Yeah,
girl.
we're getting there.
We're in the middle. Thank you. I, have been on my healthy journey, in parentheses, secretly a weight loss journey. And
You're allowed to just say that. It's okay.
I've been on my weight loss journey. And I really don't like weighing myself in general. It really triggers some very toxic, spiraling thoughts generally. But you know what I thought? I'm 33. I am
Jazzy.
old enough to, I've come a long way. I'm not in college anymore. I'm not going to spiral. What, right? I'm a strong woman.
Of course.
So the
Yeah,
last
we're
time,
all a strong woman until.
so the last time I weighed myself was probably like early June, or probably late May. I had a personal trainer at my gym, and you just like have to do a body scan and weigh yourself before they start the thing. And I was like prepared for that, and I knew about what to expect because I had been to the doctor recently or something or whatever. I probably spiraled then too, but I have been working my ass off since then. And actually, I've been working my ass off for almost a year now, working out 6 to 7 days a week.
Wow.
Counting my calories, eating less than 1,500 calories a day, which I guess is not that low. But for me,
it is really low. Yes. Do not listen to Leela. She's not a fucking dietitian. That's really low. That is, in fact, I would say perhaps too low.
well, I am 5 foot nothing. And so I should, not be eating as much as, let's say, my 6'3" husband.
That is so true. Also, some men just can.
It's true.
Some men just can. And some men just can't. And I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not talking to
I
you.
guess some people.
Yeah.
It's not just men, but I feel like it happens to men more where they just can.
So anyway, I asked, I don't do my training anymore because it's expensive, but I knocked on the locked door of the training room where the trainers
Shit, you don't even have a scale.
No, I don't own one.
Oh, okay.
I can't. And I was like, hello, may I please use your hyper accurate scale? I am feeling quite skinty these days, and I would like to see my progress. Yeah. I'm an adult. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I hopped on, I took my shoes off. He's like, you don't got to do that. I was like, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, I weigh myself in the morning with just my underwear on.
Yeah, I was like, good. If I could, I would fully disrobe.
I wake up, I don't drink my coffee, but I wait for my morning shit. And in between those things, that's when I weigh myself.
Hey, that's really good. And honestly, like, I would say, like, maybe don't even put lotion on yet.
I don't do lotion in the mornings.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, I don't.
It's fine. It's fine. So
it actually never has once occurred to me to put lotion on in the morning.
I'm really dry. I'm a husk of a woman. You know what I mean? So
I feel like when I wake up, I'm so oily, actually. I wake up and... No, that's real. I wake up and I wash my face because it's so oily.
I don't want to hear about your perfect skin.
It's not perfect. It's oily.
Anyway, I weighed myself, and after all of the work that I've done all together since the start of this journey about a year ago, maybe over a year ago, it was 10 pounds that I'm down.
That is amazing. Go, Leela.
Okay. Well, it did not feel amazing. 10 pounds. Okay.
But I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's okay.
But
do it.
Also, muscle weighs more than fat.
Yeah,
That's
but
true. You've
isn't
been
that like an old wives' tale?
No, absolutely
that's
fucking
true.
not.
I'm not a dietitian.
It is
guys.
absolutely fucking not a wives' tale. You've been putting on so much muscle. You've been doing a shit ton of strength training.
Yes, I have.
Like, literally, that is a literal fact.
It's hard to measure your fitness by weight alone.
Weight is like a
if
made up fake thing.
Right.
It like doesn't actually mean anything in and of itself. It only means stuff in relation to other stuff. Mm-hmm. So like unstrong Leela weighing a certain amount had more fat than very strong Leela weighing a certain amount.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I spiraled. And, I finished up my workout. I left the gym feeling horrible because I have developed some very toxic eating and workout habits.
Yeah, you have. This is not an intervention, but maybe one day.
No, it's true. I'm aware now.
It's actually a surprise intervention.
6 to 7 days is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you're right. Okay.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said
What
crazy.
about 5 to 7 days?
I think 5 max.
Okay.
Sounds right to me.
Okay.
5
okay.
max.
What about still at light walk?
Well, that's what I was about to say. Is I like to work out every day during the week, and then
Yeah.
on the weekends I just like have an active life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
That's
like
true.
I go
Just
walk around,
a
I bike
lot.
around.
I don't live in a very walkable neighborhood, so I miss that.
I
but-
also don't do cardio and strength every day because that's bad for you. It's bad for you to do cardio or strength every day. I alternate them. I do cardio 3 days a week, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I do strength.
Well, anyway, I spiraled, and I was like desperate and like asking like all my friends for like validation, and it just was like gross, and I hated that. And it was like I've been there. I was like that. Obviously, who wasn't like that in high school? But I was definitely like that in college, and I really worked through all those issues. And I have a thing. It's like this. It's an ADHD thing. My therapist says where it's like this horrible like all or nothing mindset where I'm either extremely mentally healthy and I'm not worrying about my weight. I'm not really worrying. I'm eating what I want. I'm having an amazing time and I feel happy, but I'm very unhealthy physically. Or I am extremely obsessive and I am very healthy physically, but my mental health like declines. So it just like, I really hate that I'm like this. I really, really hate that I'm like this. And I wish that I could find balance. But it's something I've always struggled with. So I think just that in general, that finding that balance and struggling to find that balance is something that I'm really struggling with. But I will say, I hung out with my mom today. She reorganized and my two of my rooms in my house. She like loves doing it. Don't worry. And I was talking to her a little bit about this, and I got the mom validation, and mom was like,
Mom validation feels so good.
She's like, honestly, like your face and neck like look way skinnier, and like the way your clothes fit, I can tell is like more comfortable.
That's definitely true.
And I was like,
Don't you remember? Well,
What?
I don't know if they reached out to you, but someone on our Discord, one of our listeners messaged me and was like, "Is Leela losing weight on purpose? Because she looks really good." And I was like, "Yes, tell her
I did
her
love
right now."
that. You know how some people are like, I don't want to comment on weight.
I
and I'm
also
like, you should comment
appreciate
on my
that
weight.
they reached out to one of her friends and was like, "Is this intentional?"
Right.
That's like a
Yes.
really important thing.
Oh,
I
that's
think.
really nice. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's cringy that I am started feeling that way. But
Yeah.
because I realized that I am slipping back into my schmanner schmexic habits, and not cool.
It's not cool.
Not cool, bro.
Good to recognize that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I'm so self-aware. I wish I was less self-aware.
So, video viewers may have noticed, and if you're not a video viewer, that's so sad.
Yeah.
For a mere $15 a month, you too can get access to our episode video.
And that's 15, not 50, just so you know.
A mere $15. What do you go to Starbucks 3 times a month? Stop it. Actually, that's more of a 2. That's more of a
Yeah.
2 times a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Starbucks is getting crazy.
Back in the
the most.
90s, my uncle used to call it $4 because you couldn't get out of there without paying more than $4 for a cup of coffee.
and that was
I'm
very
like,
expensive at the time.
Man, that'd be
I'm
a
like,
deal
that's
now.
hilarious.
I know. Yeah, so anyway, sign up for our Patreon and you can also get our bonus episodes and access to our Discord where all our best friends live. But video viewers may have noticed that we are wearing themed t-shirts today.
Yeah.
Mary-Peyton, tell us about your shirt.
Mine says "Bands off our books." It's also got, you probably can't see this far in the video because
That's
it's very
all right.
small, but it's got some pride flag colors and bi flag colors and trans flag colors.
I want to
don't know
add
what other
that
colors.
I have a version of that shirt, but mine says at the bottom, "No, seriously, get fucked," which
Yeah.
I respectfully prefer my version.
Agreed. You
just wanna be able to wear yours in public.
Wildling, my publishing company, made that, and the "No, seriously, get fucked" part was like a joke to put in there until we thought of something.
Everything was a
And
joke
then-
at Wildling at first.
That's so
Wildling was a
true.
joke at first.
So true.
Remember the name of our podcast that we had for a while was "How Do I Book?" And
Yeah.
Grace, that was just a joke. That Grace was like, "We'll call it How Do I Book?" And we were like, "Huh."
Yeah.
You know?
And it just worked,
It just works.
much like the t-shirt.
Sometimes you just have to turn your brain off and just let your mouth do it. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
I do know.
For sure. For sure.
Sorry. Video viewers. They know.
My t-shirt that I own,
It's Mary-Peyton.
Definitely didn't borrow.
it says she didn't even look
She
at
loves
before
it. It's
she
her
put it
favorite
on.
t-shirt.
It's my favorite shirt. I put it on whenever I'm sad. It says I read banned books, and then there's some different books on there, such as
1984.
genderqueer.
Death of
I
a
think that's a
Salesman.
genre.
Nope. Genderqueer is a book
Oh yeah, it's a book.
of mice and
Native
men.
Son,
Ulysses,
The Color Purple,
James and the Giant Peach.
Lord of the
Fucking
Flies.
lie,
A Wrinkle in Time.
dude. Why James and the Giant Peach?
A Wrinkle in Time.
That's got
These are
that's got scientific ideals, science future.
Well, Roald Dahl has a very dark sense of humor.
Dude, children's books are way more contested than adult books. All right, we'll get into it because I
Yeah.
just heard you say under your breath children's books. All right, my shirt. I'm gonna stand up. Wait, I don't know how. Okay,
I
my
love
shirt
this one.
says, "What's more punk than the public library?" And this
That's
shirt
right.
is by is it Mount Pleasant?
Yeah.
Stands to the side so everyone can see how good
No,
her
I
ass
just I
looks.
wanted that. Oh, did you catch that?
That's a gift.
Yeah, that's the patrons. $15 patrons occasionally might glimpse my ass.
Oh my god, we just earned 50 more patrons.
Yeah, but Mount Pleasant Books is in DC, and I bought this shirt from them because they're cool. And
Yeah.
a lot of people have ripped off this shirt, but they
Yes.
originated it.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yes. So I love this shirt. I feel like a punk when I wear it.
Yeah, I really want to get one.
Hell yeah.
I need to do it.
Hell yeah. So what do we think the theme of this week's episode is? Anyone? Anyone?
Punk music.
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins, wait, pumpkins, punk rock pumpkins. It's banned books. It's what is it? National or international? National
Banned books.
Banned Books Week. As we celebrate the books that have been banned, and we stand up for, as they say, intellectual freedom. Because the opposite of book banning is intellectual freedom.
That's right.
Mary-Peyton, you want to talk to us a little bit more about
Please.
Yeah.
why it's called intellectual freedom and like what book banning is?
Yeah. So a lot of people have an issue. People use the term book bans because that's sort of always brings to mind what we are talking about, which is
it's alliterative, it's catchy.
Right. But a lot of people, usually people who are very picky and are missing the point, are like, okay, but not all of the things that are happening in libraries and across the US is technically banning. Like, okay.
It's like book challenging,
Yes,
right?
censorship in general. So libraries are spaces where libraries are really a tool for our First Amendment rights, for holding all of the freedom of ideas in a space where we can all access them for free.
That's where the knowledge lives.
That's where it lives.
And also, let's take a brief moment to talk about other services the public library offers.
Oh
Let's
my
just
God.
go around in a circle. Helping you with your job applications and resumes. Leela, what does that public library offer?
You can rent DVDs.
DVDs?
Providing a cool space in the summertime for people who don't have somewhere to go.
I just, as a bonus, bonus perk for having my library card, just had buy one, get one free at our local board game cafe, which me and my boyfriend did for our 6-month anniversary.
Amazing.
So there's random neighborhood perks too,
I
Leela.
love that. I love that most public libraries do like a children's story time, at least like a weekly story time. My mom loves to go with my niece to one of our local libraries, and it's very cute and fun.
Amazing. Mary-Peyton, what's the one last one?
Most libraries have some sort of like other things you can borrow that you wouldn't think of, and they usually vary by library. Like some have like toys,
Yeah, or I've heard of like camping gear.
Oh wow!
internet hotspots.
Yeah, I was actually on this podcast maybe like a year or two now, our friend Phil's podcast called The Unsociablists, and we were talking about the concept of library socialism, where it's a style of socialism where there's a lot less stores and a lot more libraries that are like specific to certain things. Like instead of going to like REI, you go to the outdoors library, and you can why does everyone need to have a 4-person tent? We
Right.
don't. Go get it from the library. And I fucking love that.
Man, that's a great idea.
That's why I love being in like a neighborhood community group where we have like our buy nothing group. It's like kind of a similar energy where it's like, can I just borrow this?
Yeah.
I don't want to buy it, please.
Yeah.
So
libraries are a great space for that. And a lot of times, even if they don't necessarily loan out specific things, they can help you figure out where to find them.
yeah.
Or figure out which groups to join.
The most important resource at the library, which we failed to mention, is the fucking librarians.
Yes. Oh my God. Librarians are a gift
They're
to
like
the world.
Brilliant genius warriors.
They have literally been to school for years, plus usually master's degree to be a librarian.
Library science. It's like specific. You don't just like books equals become a librarian.
You can't just
I
be like
wish
kind of smart
for
about
me.
books. You can't just like read a lot. Right.
Yeah, my mom had to go to school and get her master's degree. Like,
Your mom's a librarian?
no, she's retired now. But she was an English teacher and then librarian for like 25 to 30 years.
We should have had Shannon on the podcast.
She would literally die of excitement and joy.
And also cringe when we swore for the first time.
She's just a sweet little evangelical Disney princess. She can't handle it.
Good old shenanigans.
Cute.
All right, sorry for interrupting you 45 times, Mary-Peyton, but we were talking about intellectual freedom and book challenges.
Yeah, so libraries are spaces where they just are sort of keepers of knowledge. So keepers of the written word and more than that in those spaces, and librarians are the ones who can guide you to the right thing, but there are places where you can discover stuff on your own. So one of the many negative effects of book bans or censorship a lot of people who I would consider book banners and censorship people
I think they're called censors.
Yes. Talk about like restricting certain titles. Like they're not banning them, they're just restricting them.
I've heard that from certain family members.
Fucking
yeah.
pedantic bullshit.
Right. But the negative effect of that is like there's no longer that sense of discovery that you get to have. Like, remember as a kid, like going to whatever section of the library, fiction, like YA, middle grade, whatever, being able to look through those books on your own and decide what you wanted to read or, whatever. And there's a real loss of that.
Leela and I have talked often about how we both were like full Matildas as kids. We would just like go to the library and be like, what calls to me today?
Real like remember when Ron Swanson was like, I'll take bacon and eggs, and he's like, I'm sorry, I think you misheard me, I'll take all the bacon and eggs you have. That was me. Like, as many books as you're fucking able to check out, I would be checking them all out.
Like, what do you mean there's no limit?
I was thinking I was thinking about Ron Swanson today because I walked into Michael's Arts and Crafts and somebody was like, can I help you find anything? And in my head I was like, I know more than you. Because not only am I a big crafter, I also worked at a Michael's for several years. I just know more than you.
I just love the idea of that being used in a little craft store. That's so cute.
I know more than you.
I know where the yarn is.
But
okay.
Ron Swanson, a big fan of First Amendment rights.
Woo!
True.
That man
he's
hated
like
government.
A good libertarian.
Didn't like that stuff. But like, man, if you tried to ban him from reading a particular book or his children from reading a particular
read
book,
it even harder.
Oh,
yeah,
he would hate it.
He would come for you. I feel
he's gonna set his librarian ex-wives on you.
Yes. Wait. God, I love that show so much.
Tammy 1, Tammy 2.
Tammy 2.
Yeah, maybe I'll go watch the couple library episodes. Those are so good. They like foreshadow the librarians so much. There's like many mentions before you see the librarians where they're like those fucking librarians. And you're
Which
like,
is
wait,
funny.
what? And then you read them and you're like, oh, they're all insane.
But the reason it's so funny and it works so well is because librarians truly are like angels on this earth.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they're all like, fuck the library. You're like, wait, that doesn't feel right for this show. And then you
It's like, fuck that
get to know.
butterfly. It's like, wait, what?
Insane.
It's like it looks like there's a $13 late fee on a book called Mysteries of the Female Orgasm. She's like, no, there's not.
I
No,
will
there's not.
say, a Richmond public library where we live, I think maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe it was at the beginning of COVID or something, they canceled library fines. We do not do library fines in Richmond.
I love that.
No matter how late your book is, they just waive it. What do they want? Your fucking 25 cents?
Right.
Like, why are they nickel and diming low income people a lot of the time? So I fucking love and respect that choice so much.
Yeah, that's great.
And I think that's another reason that they're sort of libraries are on the forefront of today's hostile environment towards social services, because libraries really do a great job of breaking down barriers for people.
Yeah.
They really do a good job of evening the playing field. So like people who don't have access to a computer to apply for jobs can go to their library and apply to the same jobs now as someone who does have access to a computer. You know?
Whereas like a lot of other public services are barriers, like the police or like our public transit system are all like barriers to accessibility.
Dang.
Yeah. Fucking think about that.
That's a good point.
Thanks.
The library, you like walk in and you get what you need.
Yeah. Your world
Man.
is opened.
Love libraries.
Yeah, and everyone's
Yeah.
always so nice. Like, I feel like I go to libraries a lot for like big in-person corporate meetings. Like, that's
Really?
a lot of times where they'll do it because you can do it for free. You just have to
That's cool.
just have to book a room, and then
Oh, it'd be kind of nice if they took you out to lunch instead, though, right?
it'd be pretty nice. Yeah. But I'll get there and then I'll be like, it's like, have you ever been to like the big library in Fredericksburg?
No,
It's gorgeous.
Oh,
It's like an
I don't
old
know.
historic building.
I thought you were gonna say Verina. Everyone's obsessed with the Verina Library, which
Really?
is like a suburb here. It's beautiful. Yeah, our friend Mia takes Paul there.
That's
you
kinda
guys remember
far.
Mia? She was on the Eclipse movie episode. They go just because it's like a big, beautiful building. They read books, and she lets him practice going up the stairs. Like she's a stay-at-home mom. She's like, let's go anywhere. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Fredericksburg Library is gorgeous, and it's like a 3-story building, and I get in there and I'm always like, hello, I'm with, I'm like probably like the 12th person who's come in, and I'm like, hi, I'm with, dressed all corporate, and they're like, go ahead and go, or it's going to be downstairs in the 3rd meeting room to your left, and I'm like, thank you so much.
beautiful, perfect librarian.
And then usually I go and I have candy or something because they want me to like throw it. I'm an HR person, and so when people
They can't
guess
afford
answers,
a T-shirt cannon, so she
No,
throws candy instead.
I do. When people give me the right answer, I just toss candy at them.
Is
So
it
I
a
was like,
Werther's? Have you ever
Amazing.
hurt anybody?
no, I don't. It's not an overhit. It's a
Just like right in the temple.
A gentle toss. A gentle toss.
yeah. I usually give them a bag or 2 of candy, and I'm like, here you go.
Oh my God. I was reading
Get yourself a haircut, kid.
I was rereading The Hobbit today, and I forgot that like during the fight at the end of The Hobbit, it's like all going well, and Bilbo's just like completely not even taking part in it at all. And then it's like, and then somebody clunked him on the head, and he got knocked out. And you're like, what? Where even? He was nowhere near the warfare. And then it's like, and then he woke up and he was completely alone. Everybody left. Oh yeah, he was invisible.
He's like,
That's the way to do it, though. you know?
yeah.
If you're gonna do war, do it
Sleep
that
through
way.
it.
During that part of the book, he was like, yeah, I just like, the mission's over. Like, can I please go home? And they're like, no,
It's war.
War must be. And he's like, well, I'm just going to put on my little invisibility ring. Probably no other repercussions to that. And just sit over here by this wall. Night, night.
Night. So, Mary-Peyton, how
Yeah.
did you get involved in like working on how did you get involved in like caring passionately about book challenges and like getting involved in like your local scene and stuff like that? Like, when did you first start becoming like aware of what a big problem it is?
So, it was actually when I was trying to record a podcast about book bans, because they were becoming more prevalent over the past couple of years.
Was that How Do I Book? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that podcast.
Yeah. And I truly had no clue that it was happening in my locality, like in my county. I live in a pretty rural county, and it shares library system with 3 other counties. Well, it did.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell us everything.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, are you trying not to name names?
No, I will.
Name the
I'm
names.
just getting there. No, I can't wait. So I was going to do this podcast. So I was just like, I'll talk to my local library. I wrote them an email to ask about it. And the library director called me. He
never
actually
good.
emailed and said, I'd prefer to talk on the phone.
That is like
He doesn't want it in writing.
He doesn't want it
That's-
in writing.
Yeah.
That's
And he
classic
said-
business talk for do
Yeah.
not cite me on this.
He said, actually, due to the library board that we have right now, my staff is not comfortable talking to anyone on record about it because they could lose their jobs.
God.
And
So
I was
that's-
just calling to ask about book bans in general. I didn't know what was happening there. So I was just talking, like trying to get a librarian in general to talk
Yeah.
about it across the U.S.
And that's like 2 layers of violation of the First Amendment, because it's like we're restricting books or whatever, and on top of that, we're putting pressure on you to make you feel like you can't even talk about it.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
just
fucked.
had this idea in my head that like if that were happening near me, I would know about it. And then
Sure.
after that situation, I really was like, but the people who know that it's happening, the librarians, aren't going to be able to talk about it. So like, how
Yeah.
would I know, you know?
It's not like they're running out to the news or
right.
anything.
They can't. Yeah.
That's
so
a horrible position to be in.
he recommended someone at a different county that I could talk to, and
like, go trouble them.
He sort of explained it to me what was happening there, but off the record. So I went to the next library board meeting, and it's sort of just all unleashed from there. And library board meetings are funny. I fully recommend everyone go to your library board meetings if you care about libraries. I don't care if book bans aren't happening in your county,
or if you
go to
think
them.
they aren't
if you
happening.
think they aren't,
because how would we know?
I don't care if
Yeah.
you're 100% sure they're not happening. Please show up to your library board meetings, because by the time I was going to them, people were already on the board who wanted to ban books.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like incredibly hard
Yeah.
to get away from that.
It's not like it's too late to do anything, but it like feels
Correct.
too late.
Yeah,
to do
it's still
anything.
it's still very important to do something, to show
Yeah.
up and speak against it.
But it is the kind of thing where it's like if all of us were really passionate about like attending our library board meetings in like 2012, things could be a lot different now.
Man, you just don't know. You
Yeah.
really just don't know when stuff like that's going to happen.
Well, you think this is America, like this is the place where that type of shit doesn't happen, or at least that's how I used to think.
Also,
Yeah.
in my defense, in 2012, I had just turned 21 and I was doing so many drugs. So I was really busy.
You're like, everything's cool.
Also, I was in college, so I was really busy. But like maybe like 3 years later, maybe I had the time to start worrying about that stuff, but I didn't yet.
I was 20
Yeah.
years old and already a burden to my family.
Burden to my parents. Yeah, so definitely recommend going to all library sites, websites will show your library board meetings and who's on the board and all that stuff. So I started going to them. One of the people on the board, and I will name names, Kristen Schumacher. She got on the board because she was from one of the other counties that shares it with my county.
Wait, so she lives in a different county from you, but it's all the same library system. Okay.
And she's part of the county, Hanover County, that is wealthier, puts more money into the library system, and therefore has more people on the board.
Oh.
Hanover is one of the top counties in the U.S. for banning books.
I will say they actually have a pretty active charter of the KKK over there too.
I was just about to say they do call it Clanover.
They do.
Ugh,
The vibes aren't great.
I hate that.
She, before getting on the board, had made a presentation to the Hanover Republican Committee, called something like that, about the fact that one of the libraries had a sign that said, "Public libraries are for all."
Yeah, they are. That's just like the definition of the word public.
It had a bunch of hands with like different colored skin.
How is that offensive?
She made a whole presentation about it.
Can I clarify?
Yeah.
Not that this matters, but just I think it maybe would matter to other like Kristen. Were they rainbow different colors or were they skin tone different colors?
They were skin tone different colors, but there was some rainbow vibes in it.
Okay,
But it
'Cause those
wasn't
are two
like
different kinds of hate.
right.
So she was hating.
Let's clarify which hate
They were
it
hating
was,
both.
right? Yes. Yeah, and just like how that's like very extreme liberals have taken over the library system.
Yeah, so extreme to say everyone should use the public library, which public means for
It
everyone.
means for everyone. Also, if you're mad about the rainbows, have you heard of a man called LeVar Burton
I know.
and a little show called Reading Rainbow, which used to not be a fucking problem?
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
I'll even pivot off of that. Have you heard of a little man called God?
Yeah.
It was God's promise that he would never flood the earth again, which is like, I mean, God, that's kind of petty.
Wait, what does that have to do with rainbows?
That's
The
After the
rainbow was
flood.
his promise after the
after
flood.
the flood.
Oh,
Yeah. He was like, guys, I'm really sorry. Like,
Here's a rainbow.
He's like, but I'm glad all those assholes died.
Yeah.
I see now that was like maybe an overreaction.
That's Old Testament God, right?
yeah.
That was a different God.
For sure.
Yeah. But the gays took it over,
Yeah. Yeah, so a whole presentation about that, and then was on the board. I don't know the difference, like the timing between when she made that presentation and when she was on the board, but it was pretty
It was
quick.
before.
It was
It appears to have helped her get there.
for sure.
Did you witness said presentation?
No, I've seen the PowerPoint.
Oh, it's like online?
Can we link it?
She took it down, but I can
I
share it with
wouldn't-
you.
Let's not link it.
I saved it.
I mean, it's this kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, don't spread hate, but it's like also interesting and important context.
We could link it and then make everybody. We could dox her.
Maybe I'll draw on it poop and
Poo poo pee pee.
mustaches.
Perfect.
And then we'll share it.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. And the reason I want to make sure to say her name is because like especially library board meetings are so like civil and like,
Oh, yeah.
if you speak up and you have any sort of level of anger, you're seen as kind of crazy.
Yeah, which is very frustrating because I know someone like you and honestly like all of us, if we're very passionate about something, we get very emotional when we are right, when we have thought about it logically, when we are completely sure of ourselves, we care so passionately that the emotions come out, and it is so frustrating to feel made less than because of that. Because we are feeling our human experiences more deeply than you are.
Yeah.
It sounds like it reminds me of my work for a corporation, and it reminds me of like how you're supposed to act during those meetings. I've cried about something I was passionate about at work before, and I got in big trouble for it.
Right.
That's fucked. If
Yeah.
you cry, but you're still comporting yourself with dignity and respect, just act like I'm not crying.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
It's like, just let me. Some people cry rather than scream. And like, honestly, I would take crying any day.
Yeah, for real. Don't
Please don't yell at me.
Please don't yell at me.
I'm
Cry
so
I know I
Please.
seem really confident, but I'm kind of squishy. Like, do not yell at me.
I'm spiritually squishy, so please.
I'm a cancel sign. Leave me alone. Wait, we have one of each. Whenever this happens in the Ho train, we all get in a circle and we go, one of each. It's one of each water sign, is what I'm saying.
I was gonna say,
One of
aren't
each.
you also a water
one
sign?
of each. One of each.
Wait, so is it Libra? That's not a water sign.
You don't know my sign, bitch?
Not you, bitch.
Oh, she's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Oh, Scorpio.
Yeah.
I always forget that.
I was like, I have
sign.
a crab tattoo.
No, I know. You're the cancerous cancer.
One of each. Sorry. There's only one other cancer sign in our friend group. Oh, Greer. Nope, doesn't count. That's a boy.
Doesn't count.
It's
No,
a
but there's
boy.
only one other girl cancer sign in our friend group. So she doesn't come around a lot, but every once in a while we get two of each, and that's really special.
Oh.
Extra crab.
Yeah. Delicious.
Delish. So she's already on the board. Other people on the board are of the same mindset. So I started going to regular meetings and speaking up, which I am
So cool.
terrified
I've
of
watched
public
some of your
speaking.
videos.
Thank you. I'm very shaky the whole time.
I know, it's that
Terrified.
emotion.
Every time it's the emotion. I just like feel so strongly.
And it's so frustrating because, I mean, it's not fair to be like, and they don't care. But it's like, they obviously are not coming at this with the same level of like the things that they care about passionately for them and their children being like taken away from them. They
Yeah.
obviously are like nothing's being taken from
Right.
them.
It's a level of like
they're
coldness.
risking nothing.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like that actually makes it hard. If anyone out there wants to like speak at a library board meeting, please do. One thing that is hard and like I recommend knowing going in is like they're gonna look back at you like they don't care.
Yeah.
And they might not. Maybe they do. Maybe they're really angry. They're going to look back at you like what you're saying doesn't matter.
You have to, in your head, be like, I'm the hero right now. Like, I'm standing up for what's right.
Yeah.
And, like, these are the villains that
And
I'm,
I've
like,
had-
standing against.
I had other people, I felt like it was like speaking to the same people over and over again, not getting anywhere. But then I had a couple people message me who had seen the meetings and been like, hey, I'm just like not a great public speaker. I've been afraid, but like, I really want to come and speak.
yeah.
So like it's really like you have to address the board, but what you're really doing is speaking to the community.
Yeah.
And letting the community know that you feel this way and that you feel like that it now is the time to speak about it.
Yeah. It's giving other people, like, the go
Permission.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
And that makes it even better, I think, that you do these talks with like emotion and vulnerability, because it tells them it's okay to not be perfect, but what matters is doing it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's just like
That noise really sums it up.
yeah, it's just you realize over this time, and I'm sure this is happening in a lot of different counties too, like the people that are somehow getting these spots on library boards don't like libraries.
What? Like what?
That
Do something else. I
drives
don't understand.
me crazy.
I mean,
A
I get the
public
same
library
feeling about like a lot of politicians
Yes.
these days. Like, don't value politics, don't value the department they're put into, like don't respect science.
That's like remember we all had that teacher who just like clearly hates kids.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
6th grade, Mrs. Fagan told us I hate children.
Yeah.
I remember her name because she told us I hate children.
It's like there's so many easier and different jobs you could have right now. This is not the job to go into just for the paycheck.
No.
Yeah, teaching.
Yeah.
And a library board, they, it's practically volunteer.
Yeah.
But you have to commit to like a certain amount of hours. So those are people who like just really want the power for some reason from their local library, and they hate libraries.
Honestly, and like looking at that, they just want the power of being on the library board, and looking at that through like, for example, the lens of like Parks and Rec, like the TV show. That sounds very funny.
Yeah.
Like that's funny, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry your kids don't listen to you and you like need this power grab, but like
it's embarrassing.
Surely their kids hate them. No.
like
sorry.
what?
It's so embarrassing.
It is.
My understanding, Mary-Peyton, is that another thing these people don't do is read the books they're challenging.
No.
What do you have to say about that?
One of the many reasons that like book bans take on like that they get momentum and they win in a lot of places is because of the what do you call that when the shock value,
like the sensationalization.
Yes, the sensationalization. That like these older women, and nothing against older women, we love them,
but there are certain
however
type of older
these
women.
older women get up and they read just a sex scene out of a long beautiful book in their voice in this like catty sarcastic way
Oh my God.
where they're making fun of it, and it sounds disgusting.
You know what they should do instead? They should go into improv. Like do something else with
Yeah,
you obviously
if you
want to
wanna
be on the stage
perform.
performing. Yeah.
if you want to perform. So they get up and do that, and they're like, this is in the children's section. It probably isn't.
Yeah.
Many times it's not even in the children's section. Many times it's in the YA section, even if it's a lot of times it's not even there.
that's like I think a big problem is like YA. Not I'm not saying the genre itself is a problem. I think the genre is like it is like a really blurred lines like middle ground, and like some YA does feature like sex content. Like generally YA doesn't feature explicit sex, but it certainly might reference really related things. They what they do generally is like fade to black, where they're like, we're gonna have sex, and then it's like the next scene now because you faded to black. But like some people, like I was reading YA when I was like 12 because of my reading level, but I'm sure I definitely remember getting in trouble at that age for reading stuff with sex scenes in it. So it really is just like an unfortunate middle ground.
Who'd you get in trouble with?
Me, mommy.
Your own parents. And there it is.
My mommy didn't say no one should read this. She said, I can't believe you're fucking reading this under my roof.
That's it.
And she took it away from me.
That's it. Is like a lot of the argument from book banners is about parents' rights.
Yeah.
And really what they just shout that a bunch and people believe them. But really what they're doing is taking away parents' rights. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, because like, well, explain that a little bit more.
Because, like, yes, parents' rights should be you have the right to decide what happens with your own child.
Yeah.
But what they're wanting is to decide what happens with other people's children.
Yeah.
What other people's children are allowed to do, taking away that parent's rights
Yeah.
to guide their own children through the library.
Isn't it funny that conservatives really are so scared of liberals influencing, their kids, making their kids gay, having this radical agenda and pushing our agenda on others, when time and time again, it's conservatives who are not only deciding that they don't like abortion for their bodies, but deciding that no one else should have abortions.
Or like trans rights. It's like, it's like, I don't like trans people, so they don't get to exist anymore.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. That's the opposite of freedom.
Yeah, it is the opposite of
truly
freedom.
the opposite
It's
of
like
freedom.
what you want is freedom from having to fucking think about other people.
And you know what? Sometimes it's hard. Like, frankly, everyone. It's no secret. I grew up in an evangelical Southern Baptist church.
It's the opposite of a secret. We've sang a lot of songs about it on the podcast.
Literally. But something that I noticed that was different. I'm not saying that Judaism is in any way a also a blameless, religion. But
there are some perks that I like in
yes.
Judaism that Christianity does not have.
So I grew up, my mom's side is Christian, my dad's side is Jewish. And I noticed that when I had questions about my faith, right? When I had questions about anything to do with Christianity, and I would bring those up to my leaders at the church, I was pretty much shut down and told, like, that's why you have faith. You shouldn't question things.
Yeah.
And as a avid reader, I feel like my mom said read, and I feel like that taught me to question things.
everything.
Yeah.
But it's so cool the way that like baked into the foundation of Judaism
Yes.
is this like, what is religion? What is my faith? Like, what is my role
the
here?
term rabbinical means argumentative, actually. Like, so
That's why they go to shul to fucking talk about it.
yes, and that's how Judaism is supposed to be practiced. It's supposed to be you're supposed to read it and argue over specific sections and interpretations of the Torah and different texts, like with your rabbi friends, like over all night long. And like whenever I had questions about things, my grandparents, not wanting to answer it, would say, you should ask the rabbi. And so I did, and then like he wanted to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
And
I will say Judaism, just like any other religion, has super cool liberal like neo Jews, and then there's also like super like Hasidic conservative Jews, where it's like that is super cool for the men who also don't go outside like the boundaries of like the culture,
Right.
But
Yeah.
like, so there's like totally a spectrum. We're not saying like Jews is better, but
no, but like
I do like that aspect, certainly.
And it's like something I noticed with Christianity in general is like, if you are brought up under this indoctrination, then you are going to want to have a life that is comfortable for you. You don't like it when things come up that make you have to critically think about things.
That's like, and it kind of is like a cop out. Like, just have faith. Just pray.
It is a cop out.
It's like, don't talk to me about that.
I was like, well, I mean, Jesus didn't feel that way. Jesus questioned things all the time. Jesus was Jewish. He
Jesus was a Jew. He was a brown Jew.
That's what made him get fucking
Kilt
at the end of the day, is that he questioned the thinking of like the major religious leaders at the time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, maybe it just is really crazy to me that that's kind of what Christianity has become when that's not what it was supposed to be at all.
Yeah.
It's like making rules out of fear is like what I feel like those foundational like Christianity and stuff, and people at the library trying to restrict books is like really what they're doing. They're trying to make rules out of fear.
Yeah. And like, not all of the hoes at the library are Christian, but it does from like,
correct,
it does come from this like cultural Christianity, you know what I mean? Of like this like Puritan, prescriptive.
Yeah, a very
energy.
particular, kind of Christianity. I don't know. That's like a whole nother topic.
Oh my god, yeah.
I want to
We
get
can
into
talk
that.
about that all night.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it is just like, and like Mary-Peyton and I have both made it a point to read a lot of these books that are being challenged because we want to have the knowledge, the intellectual liberty to like be able to be like, you're taking this out of context.
Yes.
This book is actually about this. And I remember we both read last year, for your book club, which let's circle back and talk about that. But we both read last year this book. Or was that this year? Whatever, man. It doesn't matter.
It's all a blur.
At some point, we both read All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, which is a really beautiful memoir about
So beautiful. Yeah.
a young queer Black person who grew up actually really near here in
Yeah,
Richmond, or at
that's
least
right.
like part of it.
Went to VSU.
And I remember talking about it in book club, and we were like, this scene is why this was banned. There's like a 2-page explicit queer sex scene where it's like, I was bottoming, I was topping.
Yeah.
Like, it was explicit. It was like P and B. And that's not a kid's book. It might be a YA book, but I wouldn't classify it as YA. I don't know how the library had it.
Well, the author talks about either in the intro to the book or like an acknowledgement at the end or something, talks about why or their decision to put that explicit stuff in there because it's about them figuring out their sexuality, but also figuring out how to be comfortable with it, and also going through not good sexual experiences, like really bad ones where they weren't in control and they didn't really have the knowledge to make a choice there.
Which young queer people who like are exploring are extra vulnerable to, I feel, because
Exactly.
they don't have the Notebook or whatever to like look at and be like, that's how sex works.
Right.
Sorry, the Notebook was very informative to me on my sex life.
And then they decided to include later when they do have a good sexual experience.
Yeah.
And that it took that, like, the point is the context of the whole book,
Yeah.
right? And so they decided, no, they want that in there because if they had read that book when they were younger, they would have had maybe more assertiveness when it came to the negative sexual experiences to stop that. They
Yeah.
would have like known themselves better, known they weren't alone, and not had those experiences, and therefore had more positive sexual experiences sooner, or at the same, like
Yeah.
in a much healthier way.
Honestly, like obviously the queer part of this is like the main problem with the conservatives.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
sex in general is so taboo, and like especially I grew up with so sheltered and with such helicopter parents. Like I said, I had a book with a sex scene in it when I was old enough to know what sex was, and it was just fucking yanked out of my hands. And like I'm a girl who fucks men. Like that's what I do. And even I entered the sex scene with not a fucking clue.
Yeah.
And I let so many boys do shit to me that if I had just been able to like read more liberally,
Yeah.
and this is just me being mad at my mommy, but it's like I could have been like,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
no, girls actually are supposed to come sometimes, or
Yeah.
like whatever, or like actually there's more than one position. I just realized, like,
Yeah.
things where at like 17 I was like, ah.
And that's something that shows like just how nuanced and particular and individual timing is with reading stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so obviously there's categories, there's age ranges that publishers, authors, librarians use to categorize these books, right? But they can only do a range. They can only put it in a range, and it's up to the parent and the child to figure out when they're ready for that stuff. It's not
Yeah.
up to other people's parents to decide when children are ready for that
Yeah,
stuff.
because everyone's different. Like, like our friend Haley was raised with her parents just explaining sexual stuff to her from like a very young age, scientifically, academically, and she's the smartest bitch I know.
Yeah.
And like that's a approach that works for some people. Some people have, not speaking from personal experience, very traumatizing talk at the age of 10 and a half, where your mom is like, penis goes in vagina, and you're like, oh no. Like everyone gets to do it their own way. That's like the thing about parenting is like you get to do it your own way.
Yeah.
Like nobody else should be able to take that from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring this up because at first I was like, I think I want my mom to listen to this, but you know what? She's
I said fuck like so
she's
many
not
times.
going to change her mind. I had a really heartbreaking conversation with my mom last summer about banned books because I was watching your videos and I was, informed and very upset. And my mom, the one thing we've had in common, we have lots of things in common, including a lot of DNA, but one of the things that we've had in common is that despite her conservatism, she's pretty liberal when it comes to the fact that she feels like education and reading is a right, not a privilege.
I feel like that's often something that we can all unite on. Is
Yeah.
like wanting
Yeah.
to educate.
Yeah.
Surely. And so I was just talking to her about how upsetting these Hanover book bans were, that it's right next door. I don't live that far from Hanover. And my mom's reaction really like broke my heart. I
Damn.
just,
As a former English teacher and librarian.
yeah, it just, I do this time and time again where I think that somebody that is close to me that I love will not disappoint me, and then they let me down, and I take it really personally. So she was basically like, the story that she was telling was like, okay, but what if a younger kid came in and just because his older brother was reading this book, he wants to read the book, and then he realizes it's too hard for him, or like it's not right for him yet, and then he was put off reading, for the rest of his life. And I'm like,
Dude, if you start what ifing, you'll never get anywhere.
but that was like her main argument she kept coming back to time and time again.
He's put off reading for the rest of his life.
And I was like, and then what I kept saying was like, Mom, what about me? Like, I was reading books like way older than my appropriate age range, and you were fine with that. Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, well, not every little kid's like you, because of course to my mom, I'm like this perfect special
yeah.
genius. And I'm like, but a lot of kids are like me, Mom.
I
Yeah.
also feel like and I don't know your mom very well. I met her like 1 to 2 times. I also feel like, and this is like not even relevant to the conversation, I feel like a lot of our super conservative parents are becoming more conservative with age.
Yeah,
For sure.
they are, because
It's happening to some a couple of our friends' parents just got divorced because one of them became way more conservative and the other one was like pulling back from it, and they got divorced.
I mean, yeah, there's certain things that you can't get past. I understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just kind of kept latching onto that, and she said, well, it takes a good librarian to be able to, you know, to look at what a kid's, she said, to look at what a kid's checking out and then, you know, recommend something more appropriate. And so I said, so what you're saying to me is that you expect that these people who are barely getting paid a living wage to have the time and resources to do this for every single child. And she said, well, ideally that's what would happen. I know that's not what's happening. And so, you know, that's why it's hard. And I'm like, but it's not hard, Mom. Everyone should be able to read what they want. And then she just kept coming back to the same stupid point.
It's very frustrating when it gets circular.
She's also skipping over the parent.
Yeah, the parent.
Like completely skipping over the parent.
Where's the parent?
Like a librarian does do that. A librarian does guide, and anyone could ask the librarian for that guidance. They might see it and guide anyways, but like in her argument, the parent doesn't exist there, and that's the whole point.
So what would a librarian do? And you may or may not know the answer. If like a 8-year-old went up to the desk and was like, "Can you help me find All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson?" What would a librarian do? Knowing that book is sexual for an older audience.
I mean, first of all, most libraries have a sign in the library that says you need to be with your children.
Oh,
you should be responsible.
I've never
for
noticed
your
that because I
children.
don't have children. I don't care. I'm allowed to go to the library by myself.
A sign like this already existed in our library system before all this happened.
So what you're saying is a kid shouldn't be just going up independently asking stuff.
Yeah, I mean they certainly can, and I think a librarian normally wouldn't have an issue if something like that happened. I would guess the librarian would be like, "Is your mom here?
Is your mom here?" Or maybe like, "Oh, we have some books just like that in the kids section."
And that is part of why they go to school for so long.
Librarians
go to school for so long to learn how to appropriately guide people to reading that will actually be beneficial to them and not negative.
Yeah.
Well, and then my argument is things like the basics, the first books that I've ever gotten banned, right? To Kill a Mockingbird. Say, To Kill a Mockingbird, Mom, we both love that book. And the reason that it's banned is because it presents critical race theory.
Yeah.
And do you think I was like, is that something that, what's wrong with that? Like, is it bad for someone to read about, you know, something new to them? Is it bad for a little white kid to read about critical race theory for the first time in their life? You know, and say, well, it just depends on how old they are, and and you know, what if a kid checked out a book that was too old? And I'm like, can you just? It's like they're just not listening, and they're not there to like. Conservatives are like this now.
They're not there to argue in good faith.
No, they have their set opinion that's been told to them, many, and there's no debating.
Also,
you know?
like, I know we're talking about libraries right now, but like, couldn't a kid go into a store and buy something if they like really wanted it?
Yes. So that's what I was going to say is like everything in the world is like that.
They also could
a child can
tell
grab
Alexa
whatever.
To order it on Amazon.
So
if
your hypothetical involves a child being by themselves, they could get into a lot of stuff.
Yeah, our friend Brooke, her 3-year-old daughter is like, Alexa, add pretzels to shopping list. Like children have power now. Okay,
genius, a little
they have
genius,
buying power.
But like, and books are like one of the few pieces of art. I don't know if I'm gonna say this right, but like that's like closed when you get to it. Like you don't see what's in there,
like a museum. You're like, art.
Like they could walk into a store, walk into an art gallery, walk into anything, and like the art is displayed. A book is closed. You can't get to the art inside until you go through and read through it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and obviously I'm talking about words like picture. Still, pictures are inside the picture book. So like, just the idea that these children are going to be exposed to stuff is such a wild hypothetical to make.
Out in the wild, just like, oh my god, a penis!
Because they're literally on a shelf, closed on a shelf. Even if they're on display, they're still closed.
Yeah, I will say, I was at the grocery store the other day, and me and Greer, my boyfriend, always go to the book section. He has one of those giant Krogers that has like a bar and everything.
Oh my
A
god,
super
yeah.
Kroger.
He'd
Yes.
love to take me on a date to the Crowbar to get $5 Wednesday sushi.
Stop it.
But we always go to the book section, and I picked up this book. It was like Falling in Love or like whatever. It was like an autumn romance, and I'm a sucker for those things.
Yeah.
And I picked it up and I like opened it to a random page, and he was like, is that a sexy one or a regular one? And I started reading just a very explicit sex scene from the one page I opened it to. I was like, he put his hands on my ass and called me good girl, and he was like, oh. So if you're lucky,
So a pretty mild one.
if you're lucky, you can find whatever you want by just opening to a random page.
Yeah. In your grocery store.
That's the thing. It's a
I
grocery
know.
store. It's everywhere.
I know.
Also, like, this is kind of beside the point, but like, hey man, watch TV.
Right.
You think you're going to be exposed to like some like over sexualized ads or like
Yeah,
if they
dude.
stay up to watch, God forbid, Nick at Night? Are they going to get some innuendos? I don't even know if Nick at Night is still a thing.
Kids are like kids on YouTube. Are
Oh my god, I
getting
forgot about YouTube. I'm so old.
Yeah.
I was talking about cable. Oh my god, I'm so
Nick at Night,
old.
bitch. No, there are.
I learned a lot from staying up late and watching Nick at Night. Well, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air got into some sexual encounters.
It's true.
There's that one episode of Full House where DJ falls asleep at her boyfriend's house and misses curfew, and her dad comes to the door and he gets on a stool or maybe on Uncle Jesse's back or whatever and like looks through the transom window and sees them on the couch like sleeping on each other, and he's like, not my daughter fully clothed on a couch. And she gets in like big trouble. So
my
stupid.
God.
She's like 18.
Oh my gosh.
I love that show. So I learned a lot from Nick at Night. Me specifically.
Classic.
Mary-Peyton, talk a little bit about your book club.
Oh yeah, so okay, embarrassing because I haven't done it in a couple months.
You didn't have to tell them
due to
that.
chaos. Oh, we're growing and
We're
just
working on it
steadily.
Let her
there.
cook. Let her cook.
Yeah, no.
But are you still planning on doing it more?
Yeah.
Because like I'm full in.
I fully want to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and you've told me before that you could help with stuff, and maybe I'll ask you. Well, you're busy now.
Well, ask me in November.
Okay.
Ask me after November. Ask me after November
Okay.
7th.
Okay, got it. Yeah, we have the Goochland. The Goochland is the county I live in. The Goochland Band Book Club.
Goochland, guys.
Goochland.
And one time I was reading. I'm so sorry. I just interrupted. Like
No,
this.
you're good.
One time I was reading a list of the funniest
Yes.
city names in every state, and for Virginia they listed Short Pump, and I was like, motherfucker, we got Goochland, we got Bumpus, which is
Yeah.
spelled like bump ass.
Yeah.
We got fucking Manassas, which has the word ass in it. Like we got some names. We also got Paris, Virginia.
Licking hole.
Licking Hole Creek. It's not
Wow.
Short Pump, although that one's good.
A Wonderland.
I think
really.
I think Bumpus is number one. Goochland's number two.
Goochland's so good. You just because you have to say
Gooch?
You have to say gooch.
Goochland.
Have I mentioned
Yeah.
before on pod that my brothers used to play a game called Gooch Tag?
Oh God.
Do you guys know what the Gooch is? You guys know what the
Yes.
Gooch is?
Yes.
It's the taint, right?
It's the man taint. It's in between your balls and your butthole. So I wasn't allowed to play.
That's probably for the best. Tina.
Oh my God, dude.
They used to chase each other around like this. You get the Gooch. If you're not a video patron, you don't know what I'm doing. It's really
Yeah.
funny.
All right, book club.
Oh yeah. So we have the Goochland Band Book Club because the librarians can't do much.
Yes.
They
but
can't
they
do-
can permit you to do much.
Correct. So we just use a room there to meet and talk about a different banned book because we want to show people that banned books aren't scary, and that you can have this discourse about banned books and all the all the stuff that goes with it without no one's getting harmed.
Yeah. And our first meeting was like so lovely to me. It was like all women.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them, I was the youngest. Mary-Peyton was the second youngest. Like they were all like moms and teachers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Basically. And they were so chatty and so fun. Like I felt so like buoyed up by
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
it was really cool. And they all were like super liberal and like a little foul mouthed. And like I was like,
I love
yeah,
it.
these are my sisters.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would even it's your book club, but I would even challenge. Of course, we have so many conservative listeners. But
like,
I would.
like maybe -4 or 5.
Yes, but I mean, I would say maybe like even if you're more conservative leaning and you live in this area, maybe you should attend something like this,
Or like find something like this in your area.
It will be a lot less scary than you think.
That's the thing. Like thinking about talking through stuff is scary. Talking through stuff is like not that scary.
Yeah, it always ends up good. Like obviously there's maybe arguments where someone is closed-minded or like really isn't open to it. But like when two people are really open to talking
in good faith
and respecting each other, even if no one changes their mind, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's always good to do that.
Yeah, totally. And like for people who are like, this book shouldn't be out there, fucking read it.
Right.
Like fucking read it. And if you need to read it with a book club, read it with a book, because that's the other thing is like if you read it and you're just pissed the whole time, that's through your really narrow lens.
Right.
Like that's different than like reading it and like seeing what value other people can find from it.
Yeah.
Especially other people in your demographic, you know, like if Kristen McBitchface, I said that, not you, don't worry. If she like sat down and listened to that whole discourse that we had at that book club, like maybe she would have been like, these are like occupations and people that in my life I respect, like fellow moms, teachers, like maybe they have something valuable to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I really wish that could happen.
Yeah,
I know. I could have a banned book club with the library board,
and they're required. I think that should be a requirement. If you're
Agreed.
proposing a book challenge, you have to take a 20 question quiz to prove you read it.
Yeah.
Yes. So a few stats. So in 2024, there were 800 and some. This is from ALA.org, which is a great place to go if you want to learn more about book bans.
Oh my God, they have so many wonderful resources.
So many good resources.
I bought a book from them about banned books, like that's just full of stats. Do you have that now?
Yeah.
And like, oh my God, they have like posters for your classroom, for your library. They have like so many great resources.
Yeah, they have like what to say at your local library meetings if you need some pointers, tips for getting involved, all that stuff. And the ALA is the American Library Association. They've been around for 100 years, I think. For a long time. I could be wrong. But they've been around for a long time for sure.
Because all of my devices are being used to record right now.
I could fact check it.
That's all right.
But they've been around for a long time, and they just have helped libraries, figure out how to set up their systems.
They are like the gods of the librarians.
They're just like foundational, and
I'll link their website in the show notes because it is really
and
a
they're
crucial
not
resource.
Completely nonpartisan, and that's part of this whole book ban wave that's happening. Is people are convincing other people that things like the ALA are biased.
A lot of things are becoming politicized now that weren't before.
Yes,
like libraries, like vaccinating your kids, like
schools,
public
school,
like rainbow hands library,
exactly.
Like that shouldn't be politicized. That's just like a literal weird art. It's not even weird. It's just like kooky.
Yeah,
it's like a clip art.
It's like it's like a clip art. It's like not
really
even
is.
that good.
It really is. What was I even talking about?
Sorry, we are so bad. You were talking about the ALA.
Stats. I was talking about stats. Yeah, so 800 and some book bans were recorded last year, which is about, they said over 2,400 unique titles that were challenged or censored over the past year. So about 3 times the number of unique titles. But 72%, and first of all, keep in mind about those stats that those are for sure underreported, because a lot of systems can't report that stuff, or they're scared to, or their systems are completely overtaken by book banners and they're not reporting it. Also, there's a censorship of exclusion too, where like librarians would rather avoid the stress of a book that they think might be challenged, and so they won't order it at all.
That's so fucked.
Like people will say like, oh, they're just trying to restrict books and put them in a different section. Okay, well, librarians are gonna like have to stop ordering them from pressure from the board, so they're not gonna be in the library at all.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For let's say there's like a middle grade book that has like, and then I kissed this boy or whatever, and I'm also a boy, and like parents are like, this is sexual content, this is porn. They always say this is like pornographic content when it's like just like kids being kind of normal, but gay. Okay, so like parents are challenging that. Let's say, are they saying like don't have this book in your library, or are they saying don't have this book in the kids section?
Both. Like it depends on it.
Depends. Okay.
So like I'd say, at least in my experience, the sort of stuff with like more sexual content, they're saying out completely.
Which is so
and other ones they're saying
crazy
restricted.
because you can get Lolita at the library. You just can.
Listen. But yeah, they're saying put them like behind the librarian desk where they have to have like a special library card that says they're allowed access to those things.
What? You mean like a driver's license? It's like, I'm 18 plus. Give me Lolita.
Many things.
Sorry, I keep using
yeah.
Lolita. That's the worst example. The worst example. Nobody should read Lolita. I did, so you don't have to. It's not good.
As one librarian said to me at Richmond Public Libraries, actually, who was the one who I was eventually able to
I love our
interview.
librarians.
Love her. Oh, I forgot her name.
Was that like Jennifer from
Yes.
the main? We've talked to her a lot. She
Yeah.
did the Harry Potter escape room we did in like 2019.
Yeah.
She was a children's librarian at the main library, but she's moved since then to something else.
Yeah. I don't remember. what it
Jennifer
is.
something. We love you.
But yeah, she's great. She said if the action that's taken makes it harder for one person to get that book, that is censorship.
Yeah.
So like restricting it, putting in a different section. They've had issues too where like they take like a children's book or whatever, middle grade, and they want to restrict it, so they put it in a higher age range, but then it doesn't get checked out because kids in the higher age range are too old for it.
Yeah.
They're not interested in that kind of writing and that juvenile writing.
Yeah, I'm thinking about how like something like Captain Underpants is like very censored. I guess because Underpants. Well, I think it's because it's about two boys making fun of their principal. That's like the premise. The premise of Captain Underpants is that
Kids acting up.
their shitty principal becomes this like doofy underwear superhero at night. So it's like, oh, the authority figures in your life are just underpants wearing doofuses and good guys underneath it all.
Yeah.
And I think it's like an authority thing, and also maybe like anyway. So I'm like, what are you suggesting we do with like one of the most popular children's book series of our generation? Are you suggesting that it doesn't exist in the library? Or are you suggesting we like put it somewhere else? That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Captain Underpants is a institution.
I know.
It's an icon and a legend.
I know, and it's in my library system and in many they were trying to restrict what's called sexual content and just naming it that.
Like Captain Underpants is sexual content.
Yeah,
Like, is that what you're saying? Or like
some county recently had to ban a book about cats because it had literally just like one of those, what were those called? Discovery Kit or something like that, books where it was just like on different topics.
like Eyewitness, one of those types
yeah,
of
that kind of thing about cats, because it mentioned how they, I don't think it definitely didn't go into graphic detail about how they do things for children, but it mentioned how cats have more kittens. And so that had to be restricted.
So the book was like, and then they have sex to have more kittens or something.
Yeah, so it probably wasn't even like that. I really wish I had looked into that one a little bit more before mentioning
in
it.
the
But
trash can.
it just had some sort of, probably mentioned a sexual organ is what I'm guessing.
Which is so crazy because if you're just like super scientific and like objective about everything, you're
going to mention sex.
You have a 5-year-old. You have a kitten. You just caught this kitten from your front yard. He was living under your porch. You take the kitten inside. Your 5-year-old is like, that's a kitten, girl or boy. And you're like, let's look.
Right.
You look. That's how you find out what a kitten is, boy or girl. You say slit or doodle. Slit or doodle.
Yeah.
You go to your room and I'll tell you.
I'll privately.
I'll ask the kid.
I'll ask Mr.
But I have
Mr.
to use
Noodles.
It's also, sorry, this example is so funny to me because of the way that cats just love to put their genitalia in your face. And it's like really not hard to figure out if you're talking about a boy cat or a girl cat. Like, it's like, there it is, or there it isn't.
Yeah.
Like, those are your two options.
There was one instance where they tried to restrict a book, and I read it because it was actually really easy to read a book that was on the docket for possible restriction or whatever before the next meeting, because most of these were like middle grade or whatever, so I'd read it in like 2 days. One of them was technically middle grade, and they didn't even kiss anyone. They just mention in a couple of lines whether they had a crush on someone. They couldn't really tell. Maybe they wanted to kiss them at some point.
That's the whole reason it was being
I think
challenged?
they never said. They just like, they can just be like, oh, this is not appropriate for children. No one's reading it to double check them. That's what, like,
That's so fucking crazy. That's a crazy
and
example.
you can't, I'm going off now, but like, you know, you have your particular time to speak, citizens time, that you can speak during library board meetings. It's 3 minutes at mine. Some are less, some are like 1 minute.
Oh, both of those stress me out. Trying to keep it down to 1 minute or up to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Both are stressful.
It's worse. But like that citizens time, at least for mine, it's in the very beginning. Many times it's in the very beginning of the meeting. So you're responding to things from the month before.
Oh, so you don't. Okay.
And then they talk about stuff during the meeting. You're not allowed to talk during the meeting. I've gotten in trouble a couple times because this same woman lied. She's out there lying about where it is. And she said, this book that I'm talking about right now, she was like, Henrico has it in YA. I said, that doesn't sound right. And looked it up. They didn't.
And did you say that's not true?
Yeah.
And you got in trouble.
I said, that's not true. It's right here. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck that
Fuck.
noise.
They need a
man.
fucking fact checker. Oh, isn't during like the presidential debates, don't they have someone sitting there fact checking?
Yeah.
Now? That's
I would
what
love-
they need.
I would
Trump
love that
wants to
job.
get rid of that.
I would love that job.
Oh, why, Leela?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Can't
This
imagine.
is so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had a really good conversation today, though.
Yeah.
About I thought we would like cover a broader subject matter, but I'm actually really happy that we like got into it the way we did, because it is affecting us where we live right now. Like, we have mentioned before that like we live in Richmond, Virginia. It was the capital of the Confederacy. That history lingers less and less every day. You know, within the last like 5 years, the Confederate monuments on Monument Avenue have come down. And like generally Richmond is this like bastion of like liberal and progressive ideals. But we are very much surrounded by Southern conservatism.
And I think affected, like when stuff like that is happening in counties surrounding a county that seems to be doing a good job as far as their libraries, you know that they're being quiet about stuff.
Yeah.
That they maybe aren't ordering stuff because they know how it can leak in.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if it is affecting, hopefully not, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's affecting Richmond libraries just on a subtle way.
Yeah. It's closer to home than we would have guessed before getting informed
Yes.
about this issue. And it might be very much closer to home than you think. So I like Mary-Peyton said at the beginning of the episode, like definitely go to your local library board meetings if you're at all interested in this. Even if you think it's good, even if you think that everyone's all cool, like still go get a vibe check, see who's in charge of making these choices, try to get informed, and maybe get a temperature check, vibe check, same exact thing, trying to use a synonym. See if you might be interested in getting involved yourself. Like Mary-Peyton, it's important for people with kids in the community to be speaking up for what's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like what's right is intellectual freedom, the ability to read liberally. And if you're not, it's only because your mommy said that sex is too graphic for you. You are 12. And that's her right.
That's a parent's right.
That's
right
her
there. But her friend down the street doesn't have the right to tell you that.
Yeah,
So-
no way. No way. So at this time, we usually play a little horny, sad, or just plain bad. I think this we can all agree is a little bit sad, mostly just plain bad.
Yeah,
Definitely not horny.
Obviously not horny.
Definitely not.
So horny. But I was thinking maybe I didn't write any and I should have, but I was thinking maybe we could do a couple cooler cringe if anyone wants to throw any out there. Maybe library themed cooler cringes. And I'll give an example. Being really into a book you checked out of the library and taking like 5 weeks to read it, even though it was due back in 2 weeks and there's a wait list for it.
Ooh.
Cooler cringe. But you're like so into it, you're just taking a long time.
Cringe.
That's cringe.
It might be the people pleaser in me too that's saying it, but return that damn library book.
What would you do? Buy it yourself or like check it out again later when you can read it faster?
Okay, well, when you say it like that, that's hard. That happened to me with Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Yeah.
I literally was halfway through the audiobook and I loved it, and I don't know why it took me a while to get through it. It just did, and I had to return it, and so I've never finished it.
Oh my god, that's so sad. Layla, what do you think? Cooler cringe?
Okay, cooler cringe.
No, you answer mine.
Oh. Okay, I was like, I'm trying to think of my
She's like,
own.
what was it?
I mean, it's not cool, so I guess it must be cringe.
Must be
but
cringe.
it's certainly something I've done before.
No, I agree with you guys that it is cringe. This happened to me recently because I checked out Catabasis, R.F. Kuang's new book, which is
Long one.
570
Thick
pages
boy.
or something like
Thick
that.
boy.
And I was in a bit of a reading slump, and I read the first like 3 chapters, and I was like, "This is so good! I'm so excited to read this." And then I was like,
I can't.
"It's already been 10 days. I
simply
can't do
can't.
this." I took it back. I was like, Maybe I'll buy it. We'll see."
All right, that's very noble of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, and Greer did the same thing with the exact same book. We both were like, too long. Maybe we should go and have these on a copy.
Yes.
Take as long as we need.
Yeah.
Leela, you got a cooler cringe for us?
Yeah. Okay. Cooler cringe. Banning Lolita.
Cringe. Oh, I'm gonna
How
say
dare you?
cringe. I'm gonna say cringe because I read Lolita, and as a book person and an adult, I feel like I am more educated having read Lolita. Was it a horrible experience? It's like watching Two Girls, One Cup. It's like, now I know.
But you know what?
Now I know.
Everyone else has the right to watch Two Girls, One Cup if
Exactly.
they
If you
want.
want.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it again.
What do you think? You think it's cringe to ban Lolita?
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
Like, period. Ban it from the kids section.
Yeah,
Ban it
yeah.
from your school library.
No.
Yeah. Don't bring that into the elementary school.
No, it's a slippery slope to ban books in general.
Dude,
A very slippery slope.
you all may know that Lolita is about like a 40-year-old man getting having a sexual relationship with like a 11-year-old, like quite a young
Yeah.
girl.
Hilarious that hasn't been brought up at my local
Right?
library.
Wait, that's
about
crazy.
book bans.
But what was the cringiest part for me is that her name is Dolores, which is my beloved grandmother's name. So he's always like, Dolores. I'm like, Grandmama.
Grandma.
Mary-Peyton, you have a cooler cringe for us?
Cool or cringe eating crunchy snacks at the library?
I'm gonna say cool because I chew with my mouth closed.
Nice.
I would say based on like experience trying to write a paper in college in the library and someone's like eating a very stinky or crunchy meal behind me, I found that to be cringe.
Oh, that's funny
Okay.
because at a college library, I would say double cool. Do whatever you need. Do whatever you need.
Do whatever you got.
What do you think?
I feel like it's cool, but I do feel like it's like same rules as like a airplane. Like don't bring like smelly.
Don't bring salmon.
You don't need a full meal. Definitely don't bring salmon.
I also think that I chew with my mouth closed. I think that there are people out there who don't know that they chew with their mouth open because I'm friends with those people and they're intelligent, cool people. They're intelligent, cool people, and they just go,
Yikes.
and I'm like, wow, this is your flaw.
That's your thing.
Everyone needs one.
Everyone needs one. Okay, here's my second one. Cooler cringe. Refusing to drive to any other library location and always just having them bring the book I need to my library. Which is not something I do. I totally do. My library is fucking 4 blocks away now. I never go anywhere. Cooler cringe.
I think it's cool, actually, because having worked in a library, like part of the morning activity was like receiving the morning's like delivery of books from other libraries, and I always wanted to be the guy that drove the
Pony
van
Express.
around. I loved it.
Book delivery, boy.
I want to
Here's
ride the
your books, madam.
bookmobile. I love it.
What do you think, Leila? Cooler cringe?
I think it's cool. That's fine.
Hell yeah.
That's fine.
Hell yeah.
Cooler cringe. Watching porn at the library.
Cringe. Cringe,
all I
cringe,
have.
cringe, cringe.
Cringe.
Oh, that was a good one.
It's horrible.
In the bathroom, it's cool, though.
Wait, but a follow-up. Cooler cringe. Listening to smut on an audiobook that you rented from the library.
Cool.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Just make
That's
sure
cool
it
as
doesn't
hell.
accidentally get connected to anybody else's
Oh my god,
AirPods.
my worst fear.
I know.
my God.
I've used Greer's AirPods before, and I'm always worried that he's gonna pop them in and get an earful.
That's my good loss. That's mine. Except it sounded like Shrek. That's the only Scottish accent I can do.
do.
There's for sure Shrek smut.
Get out
there.
of my swamp.
For sure.
No, get into my swamp.
Come in my swamp.
Do y'all
Too far.
do y'all know who Ryan Walters is?
No.
No.
Oh my god.
Is that fun for you?
He's a terrible person.
Oh, great.
Oklahoma Board of Education. What do you call it?
Sounds
Director, top
Okay.
person.
Top director
He just
person.
resigned a few days ago.
Okay.
But yeah, one of the biggest book banners in the world.
Okay.
Incredibly restrictive. Wanted to put a Bible in every classroom and made it part of, for all of Oklahoma.
Oh.
Nightmare person. He got caught watching porn during a meeting at work.
You couldn't wait, my guy.
Wait. Was it I have so many questions. Was it an in-person meeting? Mm-hmm. Why do you need porn at that time?
It was like it came up like the reason they caught him is it because it came up like on the TV or something.
Why?
at work.
He's like, let me share my screen, and he forgot he had porn on.
Nothing makes me less horny than work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's truly the people that are like
The biggest
weirdly
preverts.
doing it.
They're the biggest fucking preverts.
Yep.
Well, that's just like Jason was telling me that at Charlie Kirk's funeral, that Grinder.
Oh yeah, it like blew up.
Broke.
It broke.
Because of all the conservatives. I mean, it was all conservatives that flocked to that area.
The preverts.
All I'm saying.
I'm not saying that queers is preverts, but I'm saying conservatives who hide the fact that they are queers is preverts.
You prevert. Yeah.
I don't know why I can't say that word. It just doesn't sound as cool normal style anymore.
Pervert.
I still don't want to do it.
Okay. Prevert.
A prevert.
All right, Mary-Peyton, what's your last cooler cringe?
Man, I can't believe you're making me do this twice.
So sorry. I know next time maybe I'll give you any advance notice. It doesn't have to be book banning related.
I know. I just can only think of ones that are so obviously cringe or cool.
Maybe.
I mean, same.
Maybe. Yeah. She asked about porn.
I was like, is it okay to watch porn without headphones at a library? Cool or cringe?
Is it okay to fuck on the table at the library?
I don't know. I feel like that's hey, that was gonna be mine. Okay, I got one. Cool or cringe? Writing your own book on some pieces of paper, stapling it together, and putting it on the shelves for someone to find.
Okay. Important context. How old am I? 34.
Oh, yeah.
Am I 34?
Your current age.
Because if you're 5, that's pretty cute.
I still think that's cool. As long as it has like a good message. What if it's like you're gonna have a beautiful day and like that's the book and then you hide it and someone finds it and it makes their day?
I love that.
It's totally cool. But if it's porn, you're a prevert.
Or like crazy like
Propaganda. Yeah.
It really depends.
It has to be just like a cheerful have a nice day.
Yeah,
That's the only way.
it's got to be nice.
Or like I'm thinking of the way that like in little free libraries all around the city I always find like zines. Like
so
like
cool.
mutual aid or like the story of my family coming here from Gaza or like interesting some might call it propaganda, but like interesting. Like if I found something like that in the library, which is technically what you described,
right?
I would be like, this is cool.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Doesn't that happen in Starless Sea? Don't they? Like the book at the beginning that he finds is like not. It's not really like that. Never mind. It's not really related.
I haven't read
The
that in a
vibes
couple
were
years.
similar, but okay, it's not really.
Well, Mary-Peyton, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about your experience in like the library system and with your like local book challenges. It's been very illuminating. I hope it's inspired some of our listeners to kind of get more involved.
For sure. Yeah, definitely go to ALA.org, PEN America, Unite Against Book Bans, a lot of resources, and go to your local library board meetings.
Where else should they go to find more about you and your work?
Oh, thanks for asking. Go to wildlingpress.com. That's my publishing company. We are committed to breaking down barriers to publication for those traditionally marginalized by the industry and all other industries, really.
By everyone.
And just in general. So we make the kind of books that are likely to get banned, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we
read
love it.
this book. There's gay in it.
Yeah.
We have reached the end of our show by Allie Gordon.
Yes.
I'll link it in the show notes.
Great. Yeah, order it, please.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's it for Burn Before Reading.
Until next week, remember,
Your cringe is part of you.
but don't ban it. Just embrace it.
Thanks for listening to Burn Before Reading.
Created by me, Christina Kahn.
Hosted and produced by Christina Kahn and me, Leela Hilton.
Logo designed by Michael Hardison. Follow him on Instagram at RoyGBivRVA or check out his work at wildlingpress.com.
Theme music by Sakura Wishes.
Find me online at Christina Kahn.
And find me at Leels for Reels.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and Tumblr at BurnBeforePod.
Or feel free to give us an email at burnbeforepod@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening, friends.
See you next time.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. a reading rainbow. A reading rainbow.
Dave X Media.